Welcome to The Collective, powered by MMP. The ideas presented here are intended to assist in developing a strong and profitable business for Amway IBOs affiliated with Markham Mann Productions. For the calendar year 2023, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IBOs at the Founders Platinum level and below was $841 before expenses. See www.amway.com/income-disclosure for details and the most up-to-date information. Earnings depend on many factors, including customer base, business experience, effort, dedication, and quality and performance of the downline sales team. Enjoy the following message.
Legacy Leadership Collective. How you guys doing? Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at all these good-looking people here. All right. Oh my God. Grab a seat, folks. That's awesome. Woo. Man, this is so much excitement. We love you guys. This is awesome. How you guys doing? This is awesome. Awesome, guys. This is like, the crazy people in the front. All right, awesome. Grab a seat, folks. Thank you. Thank you. This is awesome. Fired up, man. Check it in the mail, okay? This is my cheerleaders. Some of them are wondering, what's going on? Okay, we are Ravi and Aarti. We are from Dallas, Texas. Anybody from the great state of Texas? Welcome. Okay, and what a kickoff. What an event so far. Dennis and Danielle, yeah? I was like, why does he go down every time? My pants are too tight too. I can't go down. Okay, but this is amazing. It's so hard. It's a good kickoff. We are just excited to share the next few minutes with you guys. And I'll tell you, this is such a surreal feeling, just to be at the Breakthrough 2024. How many excited? Okay. Real quick, our background for those of who don't know us, we reside in Dallas, Texas. Background, Aarti has an accounting and finance background. I have a background in electrical engineering, did my bachelor's, master's, PhD. People say, why did you do that? I said, I did not understand in the first 6 years, so I decided to, stay in the school longer. A little bit slow. I'm a tube light. This is not something, anybody PhDs here? Anybody who's, there's one lady there, okay. There's always like one or two who support me. And, I never thought I'll be in a people business. I had people kills, not people skills. You would never have imagined. In fact, some of you would have passed me by an aisle and not even make a DTM on me. You'll be like, this is not dropping the message. This is like dropping my life for this guy. Okay, and but thankful to our amazing coaches, our uplines, Emeralds, Anurag and Nidhi Jain, Vivek and Shanti Pariwal, of course, Ganesh and Rekha Shenoy for not giving up on us. Absolutely, yep. So we're going to talk to you about, going out of Breakthrough. How do you make this your event? And the topic that we have is head first. Head first. The next 4 months, as you go into a new year, and how many apprentices do we have? Stand up, apprentices. Come on, stand up. My God, give a big round of applause to these guys. Man, give them a high five. Give them a high five. If you're right next to them, congratulations, welcome. Welcome. When I talk to you, not just coming into it's not about starting something. And congratulations for making a decision to be here, but it's about finishing strong. So we're going to talk to you about how to maximize the next 4 months before you come back to Orlando for your graduation. We want to cheer you on the stage. We want to see you cross the stage as a new pin. And the way to do that is, you got to dive into this business head first. You got to start doing activity without hesitation. Nobody is gonna, and here's the thing though. Sometimes, we read the book by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. How many have read that book? Yeah, and some people only read the title. So they think that they will grow rich. It doesn't work like that. Okay? That can get you started, but you gotta go spring into action coming out. You're gonna learn a lot of stuff this weekend. You gotta spring into action without hesitation. We're gonna talk to you about how do you spring into action and maximize the environment, the access that you have earned, the community that you're part of to grow forward. But I'm gonna give it up to this beautiful lady. She's been, we've been married for now, 19 years coming up, okay? 19 years, okay? And my parents kicked me out of the house at 17 years. So she's been longer with me than my parents. They could not bear me. They said, 17, you go, man. They showed me the boot. She has not done that yet, okay? So I'm very grateful for that. And we have 3 beautiful kids, but I'll tell you, she makes our life complete. And if you're a married couple, if you're building as a husband, wife, this is an amazing platform to come together and grow together through the journey of life. So with that, give it up, Aarti Chawla.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Of course, we are Ravi and Aarti. Totally excited to be here and sharing a few minutes with you guys. But first of all, congratulations to everybody who is actually attending this conference for the first time. You know what? This is such a belief builder. Congratulations. You've stepped up in your game. And I can imagine your journey is going to be exciting going on forward. Of course, you know what, we just want to share a few thoughts, what we and Ravi have learned and how we have put our business together. So that way you can kind of take it back and learn from the experience so that you don't make those mistakes in your own journey. One of the things, you know what, we have learned that we get only one chance for our life, right? And if we do not make the most out of it, we don't get a chance to go back and fix it, right? Because life is not a dress rehearsal. So early on in the business, one of the things that me and Ravi had done, we had actually learned how to create some set of values, certain set of standards for ourselves. Because nobody in outside world taught us that. They said that, okay, just go to school, come back, and go to a job, and that's about it. So nobody taught us how to write dreams. Nobody taught us how to write goals. And in this environment, when we came in and we learned all those things, one of the things that we did, we set some standards for ourselves so that we can not only set an example for the team, but set an example for ourselves. And I've always learned that if your values or your standards keep changing, your behavior changes. And when your behavior changes, you're always emotionally going to be very up and down. And when you're emotionally so up and down, you cannot achieve anything in life. And that is where, if you have a firm ground for set values and set standards for yourself, it will not only allow you to grow in life, but in business also, but it also will allow you to believe in yourself. It will allow you to stand for something. And it will also allow you to be confident what you are doing. So make sure that you take some time out and set some standards, set some values for yourself. Okay, few things that you can live by or how and help you to get things done. The first thing is to see if you can stop procrastinating. I think that was the biggest mistake that I had personally done because me being new in this environment, I would tell myself that it's okay, I learned this thing, but I will do it tomorrow. And before I knew it, that tomorrow turned into weeks. That week turns into months, and month turned into years, and I was not growing. So somewhere I had to put my foot down and tell myself that, hey, you know what? If I learned something new today, or if I have listened to this podcast or read this nice book, how about implement it right away into my day-to-day life? Because that helps me to grow and become a different person with a lot of values and a lot of standards for myself, right? And of course, second thing, what you need to do is to learn how to manage your time. Right? Because I have realized that if you cannot manage your time, it will be very difficult for you to influence other people, right? You won't have time for other people because you are struggling to manage your own time. And you have to realize that you cannot you cannot have everything in life. You have to pick and choose. If you say yes to something right now, you have to say no to something else. And that's how you learn how to prioritize your time. And make sure that you maximize your life into a very simple way. Keep your life very simple. Have daily routines, and define some business hours for yourself. Because when me and Ravi got launched into this business, both were having good jobs, good income from our jobs. And we knew that we have to understand that we have to use our non-productive hours to make our life a little bit great. So 8 hours go to our job, but the next evening hours, which are 4 to 5 hours, whatever you decide, see how you can make it productive, right? You're building a life for yourself. Another thing what you want to do is to learn how to be mentally strong. I have seen that, a lot of people, including me, they will do all sorts of things, but when it comes to being mentally strong, they become very weak. They become very weak, and what can you do to become mentally strong is to make sure that you stand for something, right? Believe in your goals, believe in your dreams, believe in yourself, have faith that you can accomplish something. Because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. And that creates confusion in your head, and you become like a yo-yo mentality. So making sure that you believe in yourself and stand for your goals, your dreams, because if you don't stand, nobody else is going to stand for you, right? And of course, value the system, the educational system. We have a great educational system, but also value what you have from Amway, right? Because if you don't value, how are you going to pass or influence other people to understand that? And if you value, it is easier for you to promote it to other people without any hesitation. Exactly, like, when you have a nice dish in your hand, you don't hesitate to serve that dish to another person because you know that the dish is good and you serve it with a lot of pride. Similarly, if you have that belief in your hand that what you are doing is the best thing that you're doing, it'll be easier for you to give it to other person and have them start the journey as an entrepreneur, right? Make sure that you invest into yourself. Right? It's a very important aspect because we don't come from an employee, we don't come from a business background. And in an employee world, we didn't realize the importance of investing into yourself. Right? Dress sharp, listen, read, associate with people who are going somewhere in life, because that helps you to create positivity around you. And when you create positivity around you, it encourages you, but moreover, it gives you confidence to go ahead and do more stuff in life, right? And I've realized that sometimes these simple little things matter the most. Sometimes we focus on big things and forget these simple things, but I have realized that if you continue pouring into yourself and keep investing into yourself, you not only grow in your life, but you will start reaping the results into the business aspect also. So keep it simple, keep it relatable, and I know that this year is going to be your year. Make the most out of it and have fun this weekend. Get to know other leaders, shake hands, take pictures, and make the most out of it for yourself, because you're building this business for yourself and for your family. You're not building this business for anybody. So make the most out of the weekend. But with that, I am done. I'll give it over to Ravi to wrap this up.
Awesome. All right. Wow. I'm going to come this side. Is that okay? So I can see the timer and I don't go over time. Okay. But what a talk. Concentrated and effective. Going out of here, you got to make a quality decision. Quality decision. What is a quality decision? It's a decision with which you'll stand by even when the emotions in which you made that decision is long gone. You're going to be very excited this whole weekend. But Monday evening, reality is going to sink in. You're going to be with yourself. You're going to be with your maybe not so positive coworker or your friend or your relative. Do you close your eyes and do you remember where you were? Do you remember how excited you were on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Or will you forget that? That will start your journey as an entrepreneur. And we had and then once you have that, made that quality decision, it's like you don't need to know too many things to commit to something. When I came to my first event, even I was a PhD, like nerdy, geeky guy, I figured out there were some men and women of character in this room. There are people of great caliber. There are people who were pursuing something together. I love the environment. Nobody had to remind me again and again. I didn't have to go through 100 podcasts to remind me. How do you stay motivated? It was very simple. I made a decision that, it's not like my coach was not giving me, illegal drugs to consume. He was giving me podcasts and books to go consume. That should tell you right away it was a great environment. That's it. Keep things simple. Some people make it, see, entrepreneurship, just like every other career, whether you're engineer, accountant, it's a career choice. You got to bring the pro mentality here. I mean, you cannot say, do you go to your supervisor on Monday and say, you know what, how do you handle when you are emotionally not happy? How do you come to work and perform? Do you ask that question? No. You show up and you deliver. Can you have that pro mentality here on a daily basis? Why do you need an upline to promote to you every time that you need to be growing your mindset? Why do you need to have an upline to tell you that you need to be in an environment? It should be automatic. We are all adults, at least everybody 18 and above. Yeah, some people just stay stuck in their teenage years, And then, we had a leadership call a couple of weeks ago, and Ganesh talked about this amazing thing, profound statement, okay? Write it down. Because I know Dennis talked about, somebody said, I have a 4-year-old son, I want to spend time with them, right? Because this environment, the Amway opportunity will definitely expand your dreams. You stuck around for 1 year, your dreams will be expanded. You will become a big dreamer. But and Ganesh talked about, he says, dreams are overrated and goals are underrated. Goals are underrated. Why? Because dreams have no deadlines, right? I want to be with my son. I'm going to spend time with my family. There's no deadline to it. Goals have a deadline. Makes you uncomfortable. Talking about dreams make you comfortable. Talking about goals make you uncomfortable. Dreams bring glamour in the journey. Glamour. Man, look at that. I'm going to, create some extra income and all those things. Dreams make, but goals, they bring grit in the journey. I want you to become an IBO who's going to tenaciously focus on goals on a monthly basis. What's your goal going out of here? Are you going to, learn about your products? Or is it some uplines? If you're an apprentice, is the upline's responsibility to teach you about products? No, it's yours. Are you going to invest and give samples? Are you going to make a new customer? There's no glamour in making a new customer. But you know what? There's a lot of small wins. There's a power in small wins, guys. There's a tremendous power in small wins. How many of you, if you get a text right now from a customer saying, can you order me a case of excess? How many will be fired up? $35? I'm telling you, man, that win, you know what small wins do? They build your self-image. You know what small wins do? They let you play the game again. That's the power of small wins. It's too underrated. Because why? There's no glamour in small wins. But I want you to just fall in love with the small wins. Fall in love with the grind of making a new customer, having a new IBO. And that is something that Aarti and I became very excited about. Okay? And I'll tell you one thing that, as you start doing that, going out of here, become an IBO who is taking ownership of his business. Ownership. Nobody should be guaranteeing you results. You are the guarantee for your results. You are the guarantee. And results also are overrated. Actions are underrated. Fall in love with your actions. How can you expect a harvest from the seeds that you never even sow? And most people miss that whenever you see some IBO, accomplished, you're going to see a pin recognition. There's a lot of effort has gone in. A lot of changes have gone in. And you miss that part. You just see the stage time. You don't see the story behind. You don't see the struggle behind. You don't see. And that is something, that's why going out of here, do you start seeking your coaches? And do you start becoming that student of the business? Do you start building that relationship? You know what? I'm going to be a wingman. I'm ready. And not in your words, in your actions. That's how you head first in the next 4 months. Because here's what's going to, if you don't do these things, if you don't build your conviction, see what helps people believe in the Amway business is not the height of your logic or the compensation plan. It's the depth of your conviction. Depth of your conviction. Because if you don't build that, here's what's going to happen. Some of you will go in Thanksgiving to eat turkey, and you'll come back like a turkey. You know, do you understand? Most businesses in America, they become extremely focused in the next 4 months as the new year is coming up. They do most amount of business volume in the last 90 days of the year. Do you understand? Why? Everybody is looking to spend. Everybody. That's a season. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Now, are you going to be a consumer or are you going to be an entrepreneur during that time? What are you going to be? Are you going to leverage that to build your business forward? Are you going to stay focused on your goals? Are you going to come with a new pin in January? That's the key, guys. That's how you go head first going out of this weekend. You're going to learn a lot of things. But you know what? It's not the difference between knowing and doing is millions of dollars. Knowing that you have to be healthy and going to gym. It's a lot of shapes. Knowing, reading, you can read a lot of books, but if you don't put action, that all that reading and listening is not useful. You actually, you're too positive. You're too positive. You need to go out and get some jabs. You need to go out and face some questions. And every time somebody questions you, that's your time to grow and become a better entrepreneur, better IBO. We did not know all the answers, but every time, love, and here's the thing, make a mess, make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. The enemy of growth is perfection. That mindset of perfection. You gotta be progress-minded, not perfection-minded. Your goal is to be progressive. Because perfection, people are 6 feet under. Who wants to go there now? You don't want to do that. So make mistakes, but don't live in the mistakes. Learn from mistakes and bounce back. Your success will inspire, success can, motivate people, but your failures will impact people. Those stories are your stories. And that's how you become that eagle that, after 40 years, okay, you have to go through a transformation. We all have to go through a transformation. Who breaks his own beak, sheds his own feather, removes his own claws so they can become come back with a new version so they can live gloriously for the next 30 years. Your goal is not survival. Your goal is significance. Your goal is success. It's going to demand a change. Aarti talked about it. And that change comes through actions, not emotions. Emotions are the weakest indicator. Emotions cannot be dictators of your actions. Your emotion should change your emotion. And going out of here, that's what I want. If you want to be an IBO, you want to be an action-oriented IBO. And that is something that is going to bring all the growth. Are you guys ready for it? Okay. I'll tell you, Spartans LLC, we're so excited about the system, the growth, the initiatives from Amway, the initiatives from the system. You guys are in for a treat. This is the best time to be in business for yourself. We are fortunate people. We have an IBO number. I want you to be proud. And when you go out, you represent us and I represent you. Never, never put that down.
This is a copyrighted program of The Collective, powered by Markerman Productions, affiliated with Markernet Incorporated. Duplication of this program is strictly prohibited. While the techniques and